Alright, we're gonna get started. I'm not streaming Days Gone on this channel anymore, but we were streaming previously and the stream got fucking cut off. So I just threw up a new thumbnail and we're back. I wasn't gonna come back. I was thinking, the stream crashed. I was sitting there talking to myself for like 10 or 20 minutes. But then I thought, you know what? I can't just bounce. And then what if people are sitting there waiting for me to come back live for like half an hour, an hour? And I was like, they'll just be sitting there and I might as well just turn the stream back on. So we'll hang out for a little bit. It's not going to be long though. You know what I'm saying? Because even though there's no school for my daughter tomorrow, I still got some stuff I got to get done. But what are y'all doing? You having a good night? Chilling?
Anything wrong? Yeah. Okay.
I want to come here. This might have been a bad idea. Oh my god. Hold on, chat. What the hell was this? I thought I cleared this place out. That's a yikes.
Catch.
Wait, come on.
Yeah, burning hell. Get in there. Another bounty.
The only reason I went over here is because there's this room that I couldn't get into. There's a few houses that has rooms that are locked. Now, some of them have a mission where the mission takes you into those rooms. So I thought, oh, all right, maybe this area has a mission that opens these rooms in Sherman's camp. So I beat the game and I realized something. I never came back here for a mission, which means there's gotta be a way to get into... I'll show you the room real quick. There's gotta be a way to get into the room. Unless maybe I messed it up. Hold on, because when you came up here, yeah, Mike unlocks this, and we get the map out of the safe for the dynamite. But this room is locked. And I've been trying since day one to get into this fucking room. Because there's something in there. Look. See all that stuff over there? There's a floor. There's a balcony. There's other rooms. Look at them. There's a room. There's a door there. Well, wait a minute. They don't have handles, I don't think. Wouldn't they show me handles if I do my survival vision? Yeah, look at it. That's the handle. So they're... all this is stuff I've never gotten to yet. Now, the reason I'm making a big deal out of it is because there's another area, another town, that has a locked room like that. And I just happened to be searching around the building, and I found like a secret way to climb up the back of the house and jump through a window to get to the room. And when I did that, there was a really cool stash of extra bombs and explosives. So if this isn't a mission, I beat the whole game and you never come to this room for a mission. So if that's not a mission, then there's got to be a secret way to climb up and get into that room. There's got to be a way to get into this room. And it's been bugging me. Like, I don't want to just go online and Google it, but it's Sherman's camp if anyone wants to Google it. I want to figure it out. Because I can't figure this shit out. There's no way
That's interesting.
to get up there. There's no way to climb to get up there. Like, that's an open window. I could have jumped right through there. What's out here? See, you can't even get out there. That's gonna bug the shit out of me, man. That is gonna bug the fucking hell out of me. How do you get up there? There's no way. Can I climb a tree? Fuck. There's no way up there. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Where's that balcony? Is this the balcony? Oh shit, you can go out to the... Wait a minute. Yeah, I think I did this already. You can't... So you can go out to the balcony, but you can't do shit. Oh, except for that. Fucking dummy. Chat, I'm going nuts here. Why don't you watch Falling Skies and do a video on each season? I already watched that season. That's why I don't watch it. The reason why I don't do... Oh, wait. You know what? I don't think I finished it. I think I watched about 4 seasons of it. How many seasons are there? Try to blow the wooden door up. I don't think I have any bombs. Oh, I have 1 pipe bomb. Here's the problem. It has to be orange to blow it up. Well, wait a minute. Let me go inside. Let me double look at it. Because you can't blow any of these up. I can't blow this up. That's permanently there. The ones that break apart will break when you shoot them. Because I did that in the Sawmill. There's boards you can shoot apart in the Sawmill. But, like, this just leads outside. That is clearly blocked. So I was thinking this... There's gotta be a fucking way.
Locked tight.
Maybe when Mike has the keys, he's the one who unlocks the door. Maybe you can sneak up and go to this door. Fucking hell. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I already did that once. See, I was thinking I could just hop over this rail and then jump over there and grab that ledge, but you can't do any of that. Wait a minute. Can I get up here? No. Oh my god. Yo, fuck this. Yeah, there's no way to get in those doors. Like I said, that one outside just leads to this. Ronnie, I just plugged you on Nerdrotic's channel about Doomsday Kingdom. I want you to blow up. I appreciate the support, brother. I appreciate that. Word of mouth is going to help, you know what I mean, in a big way, getting more eyes on Doomsday Kingdom. Once we, like I said before, once we get that first volume out, I'm hoping then we can give people something to really sink their teeth into and then really amp up the promotion. Alright, let's go somewhere else. I honestly thought I would be able to find a way in there. Thank you very much, though, homie. 5 seasons. It's so frustrating because the concept is great with good main characters, but very bad dialogue, stupid decision making by characters. Yeah, the thing with Falling Skies is I got real interested because it's post-apocalyptic, and I love watching what other people do with post-apocalyptic because it's real tricky how the world falls apart and how it's shown. Why it's hard with Doomsday Kingdom, or at least I find it frustrating and challenging, is because it doesn't fall in a day. It falls in a matter of months. It happens in one isolated area, and it gets pretty much out of hand, but it does get quarantined. And then from there on, it, you know, like, it continues to spread, and we see this slow, because I've always wanted a slow breakdown where it's just this slow, like, oh my god, this shit is coming, this terrifying shit is changing and there's nothing we can do about it aspect to it. I've always loved that idea, but we don't get that. And I think the reason we don't get that is it's just, you know, it fits the story better for most shows if it's instant in a couple days. Like, it's too rapid to fight against. But Doomsday Kingdom has a different story, though, that makes sense of why it takes a longer period of time to play out the way it does. It's like built into the story, I mean. It's not just something that just happens. But I really can't wait. That first volume is out, and we can dive into it. We'll have 5 issue commentaries by that point, too. Issue 2 commentaries coming any day now. Well, let's say sometime this week for sure. Issue 2 commentary. I don't want to say any day now, because it's not coming out tomorrow. How far am I in Red Dead Redemption 2? I don't think I'm far at all. I think with Red Dead, I'm only... shit. That was dumb. With Red Dead 2, I'm only probably like 10 hours into the game. Or something like that.
Infestation zone.
I cleared out the zone. What are you talking about, homie? Trying to remember where that building was. I know there's something up here which had a lot of buildings. I think it's this. Yeah, because there's the broken bridge. Can I get here? I'm going here. This place has a secret room. I'm pretty sure there's some explosives and hidden loot. If I can get that hidden loot, I'll fast travel back down and we'll try the Sawmill horde again. If you guys haven't seen the Sawmill horde, it's crazy. And right now, because I didn't, I'm going slow with it, my guy is not equipped for the Sawmill horde. It's challenging as fuck. That's the best, though, when it's challenging like that. You know, I might as well loot this quick, because there's mad shit in here to get, or there should be. Finding the keys nearby, maybe, or it'll be part of DLC. I really can't see that being a part of DLC, honestly, because there's nothing around. I mean, there's literally nothing around. You do everything there is all around that area. And as far as... What's that? As far as keys, the only time it would be keys is if it is... what's his name? Mike. He gets the keys and you take him upstairs. And the first door I went to was on the left, and he opened that door, and then it went to a cutscene. I'm thinking maybe the only time to do it is the door to the right first. But if that's the case, why put something in the game that only gives you one opportunity to get into that room? I mean, what's in there? It's not a special gun, or else we'd know about it. I don't know, man. It's crazy. And watch it be nothing. You know, watch. You can't even get into it. But that's crazy too, because why not? It's made, it's there. I don't get it. It's driving me nuts. Oh, I love this game.
Done.
Yeah, should have gotten. I should have titled it, "Let's Get Freaky Deaky." Wait, what did you say? Dude Guy says, looking forward to Doomsday Kingdom issues 4 and 5, Volume 1 and beyond. Volume 1 will be cool because you'll have all the people picking it up and just blowing through 5 issues. Yeah, I can't wait for the first 5. Like, I can't even wait to sit down for the first 5 because from my aspect, I know the words and what happens, like, in my head. But there's a difference when you're working with someone else where, especially with a good amount of the stuff in issue 4, I would purposefully put flexible panel. See, before I was doing the outlines of the page, and we would kind of tweak, like, he would tweak certain panels if it was fitting the whatever better, but I would come up with the rough outlines of how the panels go on each page. And for a writer, that's, again, going to be part of your responsibilities, but the artist will put their input in if there's a way to mix it up. Well, when it comes to certain moments here, I put flexible panels, and the artist is able to go, okay, I can add some of my art and tweak some of the panels this way, and it keeps it flexible, so now you're really given a good amount of each person's style and pizzazz into the creation. So for me, it's like, okay, I can see what the story's going to be because I know the story, but in my head I can see it. But then when you see it laid out on the page, it's really different because it's come from another artist's, you know what I'm saying, perspective, and that you actually see the pages laid out. So sitting there and reading it, I'm seeing the pages sketched for so long and then inked, and then it's colored and printed so fast. So I always see it in black and white for so long. And then it's like it's finalized and printed so quick, we blow through it. So I always sit back when it's all said and done. I mean, I go through it with wording and lettering and stuff, but you're so focused on that, it seems like it goes right through quickly. So even sitting down and reading, and I've done this a couple times, reading issue 1, 2, and 3 like back to back, and especially getting the pacing right. Because you do have them in arcs for the volumes. So I want to make sure I hit those notes. I don't know what Crash Team Racing is. Is that the Crash Bandicoot? I don't think so. I'm not a real big fan of racing. And no, the Fun Brothers, you can't go around... Whoa, what the fuck? You can't go around the outside. Here is where the other... I'll show you guys where the other secret room is. You can't go around the outside because the way the game is set up, you need to be right next to it to climb. So you wouldn't be able to get to the building by jumping or anything like that because that's not how this game is set up. I'll show you this room and what I'm talking about here with this. Oh, what? I thought I had that in the bag. I'm slacking. Come on, fix the fucking bike, brother.
It doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, character development in Hollywood nowadays is dog shit. I don't know what they're fucking doing. It's not all bad, but it's not as good as it should be. Alright, so for example, it might be unlocked because I already came here. But this building has a secret room. You come up here and there's, yeah, it's unlocked. These two doors are locked. You can't get into them. And for a while I'm like, okay, how do I go around and get into them? And I couldn't figure it out. And then my second playthrough, I was over here shooting somebody. And I realized you can get on this and climb up. And then go through the window. And when you go through the window, there's mad loot here. You get a sniper rifle. There's a box of ammo. Well, there was a box of ammo right here. So that means it doesn't respawn. So if you take the ammo, it's done. Maybe it respawns after a while. But look, you get a med kit, grenade. What's this? What's maxed out? Oh, it must be an attractor. You get an attractor and flashbangs, which I'm going to use all that now at the Sawmill horde. So you would do that and jump into both of these windows. And this room got a med kit, which I'm going to use now. Take this one. And then in here you got a pipe bomb and a sterilizer. What's this guy got? Med kit. He's got a med kit. See what I mean? So you can stack up. I'm going to take this axe because I'm an ass. An axe for an ass. I hear some freakers. Okay. Ooh, look at that. See, I don't even want to fight them though because I want to go to the Sawmill horde. If I fight them, I'm not going to have enough explosives for the Sawmill horde. And the Sawmill horde is crazy for those who don't know. It's fucking big. Especially for where my guy is at now. Maybe I can shoot them. I'm not going to use any explosives though. Maybe some napalm because I can get more of that. There's no explosives around here? What's up with this shit, yo? Shit. No, 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 no. I almost fucked that up bad. Whoa, you guys are cheating. Where are you coming from? I knew it. I had it all under control. 42% of the Shadow Lake horde. Holy fuck. That's a big horde. That's a big horde. I don't care about the bounties because this is a saved game that I'm not really doing anything with. Alright, so I didn't mess with any explosives, but I can go back to that building and get a med kit, I think. Jeez, hiccups coming for me. I fucked them up, just saying, chat. I showed them who their daddy is. I got freaky with them. Freaky deaky. I led them in ruins. They're all bloody. Alright, let's get that med kit. Is it this guy? Who's got the med kit? I think this guy does. There we go. Now, I'm going to use the bandages because I can find a lot more stuff to make bandages than I can medkits. I should have used one attractor, to be honest. And is that flashbang? And a flashbang. I didn't really realize I had that shit. Here's, what do we got here? Scrap. Why does he stop talking? You can still talk. There's a couple things I don't like in the game that I really wish they would have changed before the game was released. And they're small things, namely the flashlight. I find the flashlight to be really blinding, which I don't like because I don't understand what the point of that is. Since it's blinding, you can't see hardly anything at all, and I find it really just blah.
Good.
It makes sense when you blind the freakers when they come at you, but like when you're using it, you can't see shit in the rooms, and I don't like that because part of what I really love about this game are the visuals and what you're looking at. You can't see shit if you can't see shit. It's too blinding. This is another thing in the game I think is a really smart idea, the survival vision. Mainly because you gotta mix the game up between how... Oh shit, I gotta come back and get this for my saved version. Between it being fun and the realism and the fact that it's a game. I get frustrated when people act like a game needs to only be about realism. I love the realism, but there's a point where I want it to be blended with gameplay nicely. Like Red Dead Redemption is a wonderfully polished game, but it annoys me with the amount of realism, and what I mean by that is when you loot a body, I prefer Days Gone. I think for me, my personal tastes, Days Gone does it better. Because when you loot a body in Red Dead, you actually pick them up and fucking loot them. And I just find it frustrating. In this one, when you loot a body, you simply just bend down and bada bing, bada boom, it's done. And you keep it moving. What the fuck is with this guy? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Same thing with gutting an animal. Even in this game, I get annoyed that it takes like a split second. With Red Dead Redemption 2, it takes a minute. Like you're actually skinning the animal, taking the fur off, putting the fur on your bike and shit. That amount of realism, in my opinion, it's neat, but I wish they would limit it. Like it does it the first time. See this flashlight? It's just so blinding. Maybe it's just my eyes. I got pussy eyes or something, but my eyes are like, nah, hells no, I don't like this. It's too blinding. Even I'm like, what the fuck? Ah, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. If you didn't know, I'm trying to find a few pieces of healables. So that way, I can heal myself against this big horde. So I'm actually going to go fuck this horde up. The horde's going to fuck me up. Let's be real. but I want to have fun with it a little bit. Ah, here we go. Look at that. Boom. Boom. Oh my god, I gotta come back here and get all these things. Maybe I got them and I just forgot. Yeet! I just yeeted the fuck out of that bitch. Alright, where's my bike? What are you guys saying? Oh, shit. Look at all this loot. Yeah, please. Give me that. Fuck yeah. Finding bandages out the ass. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm gonna quick travel. Here is the Sawmill horde. It's a fucking beast of a bitch. I love it though, because it's so fucking hard. Oh, you guys wrote a lot. Oh, fuck, you guys did write a lot. I like the actor who plays Daniel. That's why I like Daniel. But the character of Daniel, I don't give a fuck about the character. Caleb, Doomsday Kingdom originally was a screenplay for a movie, turned into 2 movies and turned into a trilogy. And then it turned into, I shouldn't say it turned into. I had a movie, or 2 movies written, 2 scripts, and the 3rd one outlined, and then I realized it was going to be 5, so I had 5 outlined. 2 done, 2 scripts done, 5 outlined. That's when I decided there's no way I'm selling a 5, movie script in one franchise. I'm not selling a franchise. It's not going to happen. So that is when I pro tip, refill all your stuff from your whatever and then buy your shit. Anyway, it's quick and it's cheaper. Anyway, so I went from screenplay to realize it was going to be a novel to then going for a comic book. Which a comic book, I still kick myself in the ass because it's the most obvious choice. However, the reason I didn't pick it is because I can't draw good like that. Like I can kind of. I'll show you the best drawing I've ever done. I don't know. Maybe in my opinion, the best drawing I've ever done. And still, I had to really try. Like I'm not that good. Oh, fuck me. I just jacked that shit up. Just jacked that up. Hold on. Hold on now. Okay, there we go. Now, I've drawn a lot of concept stuff for things I was working on. But one time I think my daughter was like 1. Yeah, I think my kid was like 1. Yeah, I was in this real, no, not even born. She was in her mama's belly, had free rent in her belly, and she wasn't even born yet. I remember I was out hustling. I came home and I was doing something, but I was playing Afro Samurai, and I sat down to eat, and it was like this little tiny ad picture, like this big, and I was just like starting to draw it, and I was like, oh man, you know what? I was in the zone, in the mood, and this is as good as it gets. And in my opinion, from me, I'm like, this is really good. But in the scheme of things, as far as art goes, it ain't shit, So this is why, like, this is the only thing I've ever drawn where I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I even fucking framed it, It's a little cheap dollar store frame. But that's Afro Samurai. And I drew it based off of a little advertisement in a magazine or a newspaper. I forget. That's why it's not like extremely detailed, because it was just like a tiny picture. Anyway, Afro Samurai. Like I said, for me to draw it, I would have to like learn drawing, take drawing classes. I mean, you could see I could probably do something, But in the grand scheme of things, how well would that something be? Probably not very well. It'd probably take me years to even, take some art and drawing classes and shit on top of that. So I just never thought about a comic. But then when it hit me, especially with the internet being as it is, reaching out, looking for other people, wanting to get involved. And one of the biggest problems with getting in touch with people is, and I always try to find the right words for it, because I don't want to make it sound like you're asking someone to do something for free. But the thing is, you're just a normal person. You don't have, like, you're not a CEO of a company, and you're not like a multimillionaire who owns these franchises. You can't just put money into the project and that's a wrap. Like, no, you're literally looking for somebody who's you, except who can draw. So they're going to take the risk. They believe in the project to take the risk, and they get paid. They make money based off of what they put into it. Like, that's what you're looking for. And a lot of times with, oh, why can't I save the game? A lot of times with new people who are trying to break into the thing, there's a lot of people who, why can't I save a fucking game? Oh, here we go. There's a lot of people who, they want the big break or a little break, but they want it to lead to something massive. And that's just not how it is. It's just not. There's a lot of things you gotta do to get ahead that you gotta do for free. And I say free, but I don't literally mean you gotta work for free. I mean, there's shit you gotta show and prove and put your work out there and put work in and put the grind in. There's so many people who want to be writers and artists and yada yada yada, but they don't want to do that grind. And that's what makes it hard, finding people to do, especially a long grind. I think what me and James has is real special because homeboy, I don't just pay him to do the art. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't do it and we don't put it out, we don't make or gain anything off it. We don't gain the ability to say we have a published comic. We don't gain zero profit whatsoever if you don't do it and put it out. That's what you need to find. And people who are either writers or artists, you gotta really understand that. Like, it's a grind and you gotta do it to expect something out of it. No one's gonna show up and be like, oh, come write this script, write this novel. Yeah, the flashlight is way too bright. Is this better than The Last of Us? I got a video going into detail about that. In some ways, no, it's not better than The Last of Us. In other ways, yes, it is. It's unmatched. And again, that's an unfair comparison. You have an open world game versus a linear game. You have a game that spans, 100 hours versus a game that is set in a specific way and you can speed run it in like 4 or 5 hours, maybe even 3 hours. I forget what the speed running record is. Which speedrunning I hated. I think it's so not fun. It's fucking unreal. You just trigger the game to carry on to the next cutscene. It's like, what? I thought speedrunning meant the fastest time for the person who plays and beats the game, not the fastest time to trigger a fucking cutscene. Anyway, the Last of Us versus Days Gone, the better way to phrase it, Days Gone is a perfect companion for anyone who loves The Last of Us. It has its flaws, but if you love The Last of Us, this is a must. Yeah, and Royal D. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Yeah, I'm really not sure what you mean by that. I prefer diversity in my game mechanics. Looting like Red Dead 2 is welcome. Yeah, I don't know what diversity in game mechanics has to do. It's just literally an extended, more real, like more grounded in realism way to do it. Instead of like in this, you bend down and that's it. In Red Dead Redemption, you lift the body, you pat the body, you put the stuff in your pockets. It's just more. It's one. There's no wrong or right. It's one taste over the other. I prefer realism with the added, this is a video game, I don't want to spend 3 to 5 seconds every time I loot a person. There's a lot of times in Red Dead where after I killed 7 people, I loot 1 or 2 and I leave. You know what I'm saying? In this game, because it's so much quicker, I'm cool with looting everybody because I know it's like a half a second here, half a second there. And again, it's just a personal taste. I don't want to sit there for 3 to 4 seconds each loot. And we're talking seconds, but still, it's that interruption in gameplay repeatedly that I just don't want to mess with. Well, yeah, again, Clint, it takes a bit to skin a deer. Yes, and that's exactly what I'm saying. You have the realism with gameplay balance. And that's exactly what people who go into developing games have to struggle with. Are you going to lean towards the realism and annoy the people who, like, I get annoyed with it. I love it if when you go to skin the deer or any animal or loot any person, if it does the full cinematic whatever. And then after that, it just goes, done. Done. If I'm looting 100 deer in an hour or fucking 10 hours, it doesn't matter. I don't want to do the whole scene all the time. And again, that's personal tastes. That's not saying every game needs to be made the way I want it. It just, that's what I prefer. So when it comes to finding that right balance, that's a tricky thing. What do you go with? Do you lean more towards the realism or more towards the smoother, quicker gameplay aspect of it? Hold on 1 second though. Oh my god. It fucking hurts. I don't know if you can tell. I doubt you can. But maybe you can. I got some fucking sun, man. My t-shirt's been scratching and rubbing it this whole time, and it's painful. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but, like, I got red, bro. Like, fuck. Yeah, The Last of Us definitely did a great job with not feeling linear. And what The Last of Us could do that Days Gone couldn't is amazing. Like walking through city skyscrapers that are fallen or on to the side. fucking loved it. Like, I love that shit, that atmosphere. But what Days Gone can do that Last of Us can't is you can just go every and anywhere, in every room, any door. With The Last of Us, you're restricted. You have this city and it looks amazing and you want to go and explore, but you can't. And it's amazing what you can do, but they make it look so good. You want to go over there in that distance and explore, but you can't. In Days Gone, you can, as long as it's in the map, of course. So like I said, I think it's silly to say this versus The Last of Us when it should simply be, if you're a fan of The Last of Us or whatever, this is a great, it may not be a perfect, this is a great companion piece to The Last of Us, simply put. Yeah, I'm gonna play MK11 on the channel. John had it donated to the channel. He sent over money for us to go buy it, so we will be playing that. Well, Caleb, if you took screenwriting classes, that has nothing to do with finding actors. If you're a screenwriter, you don't need to find actors. Actors have nothing to do with screenwriting. If you're in the writing scripts, write scripts. Don't worry about actors. They have nothing to do with it. And even if you're getting in the industry, you ain't got shit to do with actors. You're not going to be able to pick who you want in your movie. You're not going to be able to pick if your script goes into the movie intact. They're going to option it or buy it. If they option it, it means you can't sell it to someone for a limited amount of time. Let's say a year. They give you 40 grand or 10 grand, which is more likely. $10,000. Don't sell this to anyone for 1 year. They have an option to buy it, which means after that year, if they want it, they'll get it and they'll pay for it. But if they don't want it, then after that year, you're able to sell it to whoever you want, as long as there's no other stipulations, which there shouldn't be, or unless you're silly for holding it. Now, if you're serious about screenwriting, simply focus on that craft. Don't worry about actors. Don't worry about casting. None of that, because it won't matter. You won't be able to do any of it. You won't be involved in any of it. You'll simply just write the story and give it to them. A lot of times, they won't even let you on set. Especially if you're new. Your name won't even go on the script. If you're new, they're going to buy it from you, give it to someone they know, a friend or something. They're going to change a few words, maybe a lot of it, and then they're going to put their name on it. I'm currently outlining a series of books combining a superhero story and a zombie story. That sounds like it has its own set of... I gotta scroll down to the newer comments. I'm so far behind. That sounds like it has its own set of challenges, but I'm sure it could be done good. I got my little superhero / horror story concept going on. XL with a dono. Out Shadow of War dominate the open world trailer. Oh, check out Shadow of War. Oh, believe me, brother, I've already checked it out. I will respectfully disagree with your comment. That, listen, bro, I know you love Shadow of War, and I know saying all great things about it is like what you'll do, but unbiased, I checked out the trailer. I watched like 2 hours of gameplay. It's repetitive. Repetitive doesn't mean bad. I don't know why people talk like that when it comes to games. All video games are repetitive. By nature, by structure, they have to be. I mean, they absolutely... unless you're going to go down to, like, specific, like, nitpick and whatever. If you just simply said, put whatever, they're all repetitive. This game, loot, shoot. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in between with different missions or whatever. It don't fucking matter. The most of the time, there's a lot of repetition. You loot, you shoot. With Shadow of War, a lot of similar stuff. Swords, bow and arrows. I seen there was some that got a little confusing. It looked like multiplayer to me, and that looked like some old crazy. It could be in the game, but it just confused me. But again, that all video games are repetitive, all of them. There's no way around it. If you found a video game that wasn't repetitive, that would be some unique and different shit, you know? And again, being repetitive is not bad. You need a game to be repetitive because you show the player the mechanics. They learn them. And as they continually use them, they get better within the game. And if you did the design of the game right, as they get better throughout the game, you up the ante. You make it harder. You get more enemies. You make it trickier. You know what I'm saying? That's why when some of these game reviewers say it's repetitive, I feel like they need to just break that down a little better and say, like, there's not enough, like, diversity within the repetition, you know, because that is where games feel like it's not repetitive, where you have that diversity within the repetitive stuff. Chris Stanley with a dono. Here, Ronnie, get some aloe vera for your sunburn. I actually got a little dollar store bottle. I just put it on a little while ago. It's still fucking burned, though. It burned like a son bitch. I'm gonna go save my game now. Wait, where's this guy at? Really? Really, bro? I'm gonna go save my game now, and that way, if I die, I can turn it back on, and I'll have all this stuff that I looted. I'm dumb. I didn't grab the stuff from the med unit. Whatever. Well, Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War, I didn't even know. I must have got them mixed up, but I've looked them both up. But I can't remember which one is which, but I have looked them both up. Both of them get a lot of praise, so I know there's definitely good stuff with both of them. A lot of people tell me they're good games, so I already know. Even from watching the gameplay, I already know I can find some stuff that'll be fun with them. I'm not big on the... And this is tricky, too, because I'm not big on Lord of the Rings, but I really did enjoy the movies. I hated the first movie, and then when my brother took me to it, and I was like, why'd you drag me to this shit? But then once I realized there was a second one, I was like, oh, okay. And I got to like it a little more. And by the third one, I really liked it. It grew on me a lot. I really dug it by then. Where's that opening at? Here it is. Graphics in this game are fucking amazing. I mean, a lot of games have great graphics, but I just love the look of this crisp. I don't get why people say this game looks like ass. Does it have rendering issues sometimes? Yeah, I've ran into a few. Yeah, sure.
Here it is. Shit! Power's off. Figures.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even turn on the power. You know what? I'm going to have to do that right quick. It'll take a second. I know where everything is. 5 a.m. stream? Nah, probably about 2:30. Not to sound weird, but is there a good repetition and bad repetition? Yes. Yes, there definitely is. Good repetition has a combination of different enjoyable aspects. And again, it's not all the gameplay. It has to do with sound and design and all that. You know, there is such a thing as having little sounds to the looting that are, and again, it's weird. It's not like enjoyable. It just has a nice click to it. It's all got a click. Hell yeah, Chris. I remember those fucking days working in the factories for God knows how long. 12, 14, 16 hours. Just getting home and being like, it's done. Have I gotten any new subscribers from playing Days Gone? Tiny bit. I would say about 50. But again, this is on a small channel. My secondary channel is real small. There's only like, we only pull in a couple hundred views each video. To be honest, a part of that is my fault. For a long time on YouTube, I focused on what I like and what I enjoy and not on what would bring in views. To be honest, I really feel like I should have just focused on views first, to be honest. But that's one thing, when I got into YouTube, that's one thing I couldn't stand about YouTube is the channels that I didn't like as a consumer of content. You could tell people that are focused on views for even, like, who the fuck doesn't love uploading videos as a goddamn job? I fucking hate when people act like, oh, I do what I love, and you could tell, like, a lot of it is views first, And it's, of course you're gonna love what you're doing if it's easier than breaking your back on in a factory. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've worked in a factory. I know what it's like. Uploading, I would rather upload Fortnite. I'd rather stream 10 hours a day on Fortnite, even though it drives me mad, than work in a factory. Like, and I would say, I fucking love it, because it's better than the alternative. All right, what is going on? I know there's a fucking thing out here. This shit trips me up all the time. Oh, there it is. Ooh. Oh, look at that, chat. Those clever fucking bastards. They have it in the tree. It's hidden right here. That's the one that trips me up all the time. Alright. So we got that one. Whoa, what the fuck was that? We got that one. And then this one. And we took the other two off. And I think there's one more down here. Alright, that might be it. Let's try it. Hope so. Oh, fuck.
Damn it. That's gonna bring them all down on me. Finally. Shut the hell up.
Fuck me. Oh my god, are they going back? Oh, crisis averted, baby. And it's fucking sunny out now. Let's get it on. Wait, enemies are too close? What enemies? This guy? You mean this enemy? Fuck. You know what? Give me a motherfucking... Give me a focus pill. There. I could save my game now. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh shit, you work in pharma, huh? That's gotta be frustrating. Stressful as hell. Uh, Briz Lion, Gooner. I appreciate the sentiment, but that's just flat out wrong. People who do their channels for channel for vids, there's a spectrum of it. There's some that strictly like there's a channel. Fuck, it's one of those drama channels, and it's a harmless kid, but what's his fucking name? You know how you got like Keemstar, and then what's the other one's name? Keemstar, and then I don't know. There's another one. He had like a fuck. It started with like an S, something like that. Well, you can tell. The other day, a video popped up, and I was like, "Damn, it's been a while since YouTube recommended this channel." And you look, and it's like, "Oh, he hasn't done a video in 7 months." And then this is like the second time it's been like that, where he built it up. Keemstar went through shit. Scarce, I think it is. They hyped up this Scarce channel. Made mad money, just stopped making videos. There's a lot of channels you'll see like that. There's the spectrum, but then needs more ad revenue. So he starts making videos again, and then just quits. And then he's gone for months, almost half a year. And then he comes back again. You know, he needs that money boost. He spent his money. But then you see other channels that they'll do it. Let's say, Fortnite came out. So they'll just get on the Fortnite dick. And they'll just boom, 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 you know, and it's bringing in money. So they just keep doing it. They'll just keep doing it for the money. It could be anything. Popular. Fortnite. It could be Walking Dead even. Game of Thrones. And they'll consistently do it. Reaction videos. I think reaction videos are some of the worst. I've seen some of those people get fucking showered with praises, showered with views. And they are some of the laziest, fucking disgusting, repugnant content. It's not a problem if you react to something. Even if you react to something, you know, every month even, you know. It's not a fucking problem at all. But you got channels that are only set around reacting to people's stuff. I've ran into a couple with Days Gone, with other, you know, content. And their entire library of content is them sitting down just, The worst is when they eat. I swear to God, I want to hire a hitman to go bitch slap them. Because if you eat on camera, you're my enemy. That's so fucking repugnant, disrespectful, lazy, grimy, dirty. You're a degenerate fuckwad. And I'd shoot you in the kneecap if I could. You know what I mean? It's fucking repulsive. And then the worst is they're sitting there stuffing the face like the scumbag twat that they are. And then they're just fucking looking at someone else's video going, oh yeah, oh yeah. And it's like, get the fuck out of here. That's content? That's content? I personally don't know who Tyrone Magnus is. I know him from people saying as a reactor. I honestly never looked him up before, so I don't know. But if he's a reactor, I have no reason to look at his videos. I don't give a fuck about his stupid face going, oh yeah, or oh no, or If you have a reaction channel, everyone knows you gotta hype it up. It's fucking fake, you know? And then your thumbnail's always something fucking cocksucking ridiculous, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, fuck out of here, you pathetic little shit. That's part of the reason why I just stopped doing reactions to The Walking Dead. A big part is a lot of times if something's shocking, I have a hard time faking shit, you know? If something's shocking, I don't want to go, what? Yeah, I can't do that. If something's shocking, I'm like, oh, fuck. You know, like, there's times where I'm like, oh, come on, like, fuck. You know what I mean? But it's not with every single reveal. With the reaction channels, it needs to be every single reveal. Get the fuck out of here. YouTube is full of some dumb shit. It's fucking dumb shit. Did I save my game? You can, if I had a nice pair of tits and ass, my God, bro, I'd fucking run YouTube. I would just put, you know, what other silly, slap happy fucking bullshit I wanted on YouTube and put all my porn shit in the fucking video description like they do. Or my Patreon. I would talk shit on cam girls, but at the same time do my Patreon picture like, you know what I mean? I'll send you private pics. Hello, baby doll. The fuck out of here. Oh, shit. Why does it look like I'm not doing so good bullet-wise? Didn't I fucking... Oh, God. Oh, God. I bit off more than I could chew. Oh, God, go, whoa, whoa, whoa. Fuck. Fuck. I gotta get to my bike. Get the extra ammo. No, 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 no. Oh my fucking god, I just killed myself. No, 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 no. God damn it, I don't know my way around this. Fuck me. Oh, fuck me, bro. If I'm going out, I'm fucking rocking them before I go out, yo. Holy shit, sorry. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Holy fuck. Why are they not? What? They're not even close to being dead. Why can't I use the focus? Motherfucker. Shit. Shit. Chat, I'm not kidding. I think I could do this, bro.
That got him.
No, 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 no. No, not now, not now, not now. Go, 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 go. Oh my god, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. I am so underpowered right now. I need space so I stop running. Oh my god, I don't know. Oh my fucking god, that shit is tight. Stamina's gone. I need to play this. Come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. Come on, man. Not like this. Not like this. Fuck it like this, like this. Come on, bring it, bitches. Come on. I'll fucking melee ya. Oh my god, yo, that was fucking off the hook. I'm just underpowered. Like crazy underpowered. Jeez. I fucking took a lot of them out with me. This goes to show I'm mad underpowered. You need those napalms. You need those big brown bitches. Those jugs. Fuck, I tried. I mean, this is the thing though. If you're new here, I already played through this game. I already know enough that I know going in it's a challenge, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that. Like, what I'm looking for is that type of gameplay, utilizing everything I have, multiple reloads, and blowing up all the environmental shit, and just barely win it. Like, that's what I'm looking for. So, the other day I played, and I did that. And I'm just kind of, little by little, strengthening my guy up. And then at the same time, like, coming back here trying this. But this horde is a horde that you gotta beat in the mission, in a mission. So I'm thinking you might have to do that mission in order to beat the horde.
Let's see what we got in here.
I didn't even take this fucking Nero injector.
It still works.
Damn.
Whoa. That'll do it.
That would have gave me a little more stamina. But that's the thing. I only got 2 pipe bombs. I can't craft any. When you come back and you fight the horde in the game, how the game wants you to, you're not holding only 3 explosives. You're holding 6 of each. And you have enough to make 6 more. Right now, I only have about 6 Molotovs. When you come back to defeat it, you have 12 Molotovs. You have 12 napalms. Those are the big brown bitches. You got 12 pipe bombs. Or, wait, 6 pipe bombs, 6 grenades. And then you have more stuff to make more as well. So there's a big difference. You are very underpowered. But again, that's fine because I think that's fun as fuck. I can't beat this horde. I already know. I'll be wasting all our time trying to do it. Well, I didn't mean to burn myself alive.
More bounties. That should do it.
You know what? I wonder if this even does anything. There's just so many, yo. I'm gonna try a different approach. Just out of curiosity. I'm gonna be a bitch about it. This is my remote one, right?
Their attention. Come on.
I knew it. Oh well, I fucked it up. Oh no, vapes. I don't wanna. Yeah, vapes. I don't wanna do an exploit to do it. I'd rather keep just like that kind of thing where I was starting to do. Like I immediately almost lost interest. Where you pull the horde out, you shoot a few. They return. You pull them out. You shoot a few. They return. I don't want to do any exploits like that. I just don't feel like they're as challenging. I want to do it just being strong enough, but maybe slightly underpowered. I think that's where it's the best. Let me see what the chat is saying, because I'm going to have to shut it down soon. It's 12:30. I'm sorry, it's 2:30. I said we'd shut it down around 2:30. Well, yeah, there's more because I'm playing it on hard, but there's also the fact that I'm purposefully going here when you're not supposed to even go near this place in the game at this point in time. The Sawmill is one where you go later in the game to just hit the Nero checkpoint, and then even after that, you don't even touch the horde yet. You get a bounty, and then after that, you go to the Sawmill for a mission. And at that point in time, you're loaded, and it's still a rush. So right now, I'm like half as upgraded as I'm supposed to be. So it's like fucking hard. It's right now, if you play the game right, anybody plays the game right now where I'm at with only doing even stamina a lot, but only doing 2 health and 1 focus upgrade. Anybody plays right now, and it's damn near impossible. Unless you do exploits, like I said, but playing it real, oh man, that's fucking hard, but I love it. Yeah, I used napalm originally when I killed the horde. Oh, what kind of scary movie, Meow Cat? Oh, Aaron, I don't know what time it is for you. For me, it's 2:30 in the morning. I messed up and said 12:30, but I meant 2:30. Oh, wait a minute. Vapes, you're saying you fought the horde earlier, and then when you come back for the mission, the horde is still big? I was afraid if I killed the horde too early, when I came back, it would be gone. Now that I know that, I really would like to save the game when I get ranked up a little bit more. Maybe where I can hold 6 of every item instead of 3. And I'm close. In my main game, I am 1 skill level away from being able to hold 6. I could have been there already if I focused on that, but I was focusing on my ranged weapon for some reason. I wasn't thinking. I should have focused on that. Do you think Days Gone is better than Resident Evil 2 Remake? Again, this is another tricky one. This is hard because you're getting different things from them. But if you said, yo, Ronnie, you're going to jail for 3 years, you can take, 2 games with you. You know? All right, Last of Us 2 and Days Gone or some shit. You know what I mean? Days Gone would beat Resident Evil probably all the time. And again, that's just because it's longer. I've enjoyed it more. I've enjoyed it yards and leagues beyond Resident Evil 2. But that shouldn't take away from what Resident Evil 2 is. And I think that's the wrong thing about judging video games versus each other, because you're getting different things from them. The nostalgia and the enjoyment that I got from Resident Evil Remake, you can't find that in this game. You can't at all. So it's tricky. I would say yes, I enjoy this better than the remake. I've played this, and I want to play this for a lot longer and a lot more than the Resident Evil 2 remake. Absolutely. But as far as being better, that's hard. I'm going to have to say yes, just because of my enjoyment. But I don't want that to take away from how good the Resident Evil remake was. And again, it was what it was supposed to be. Oh, Hereditary? Yeah, that movie's freaky as fuck. Am I done with Red Dead Redemption 2? I don't think so. I definitely, if anything, I'm definitely interested in going back and playing at least a few more hours of it. I would really be interested in comparing it to this, the game mechanics, you know, and the world. Because I noticed when I played Red Dead 2, I thought it was neat how the horse walked through the snow and left a trail. Like, the graphics are beautiful, it's polished, the voice work with the actor. There's a lot of things that I enjoyed. There's a lot of things that are polished and nice. But I don't remember at all being stunned with the environment repeatedly. I remember, oh my god, that view is awesome, this looks proper. But the storms and the weather in this, I don't remember getting that same vibe from Resident Evil 2. Or, I'm sorry, Red Dead 2. I can't even remember like being that excited for it. In here, it's fucking, I love it. Almost every different, between the rain, the snow, the sunshine, I don't know, man. I love all the different variations. I know there was rain and shit in Red Dead 2, but I just don't remember it having that same vibe, like with the trees blowing in the wind. It's just really immersive in this game. I'm going to have to go back, and maybe I just wasn't paying attention or I wasn't in the right areas of the map. But I would love to go back and play it and get a good view compared to this. Yeah, Aaron P., I'm just skipping your fucking comments. You're like, you talking broken sentences. I don't know what you're talking about. You just put 24-hour stream question mark. I don't know what you're saying. Are you saying, will we ever do one? Are you saying you want me to just fucking randomly play 24 hours right now? Or, like, I don't know what you're saying, bro. I find it frustrating and annoying. No, we're not doing 24 hours right now. And no, we're probably not doing another 24-hour stream in the future. We might do another long, like, event stream, but not a 24-hour one. I mean, we did it. I think in all fairness, though, the 24-hour ones, I think the big gimmick is you got to do something stupid. You know what I mean? If you want to just draw attention and donos and fucking eyes on you, you got to do something dumb like slap yourself for 24 hours or repeat the same shit over and over for 24 hours. I think there's a big thing with YouTube and watching people be ridiculous and do ridiculous things and being able to just mock and enjoy that and just be like, oh, whoop-de-whoop. I think that is greater than, you know, I don't know. I think that is greater than just doing a 24-hour gameplay, to be honest. Yeah, Breaking Bad figures by either NECA or McFarlane Toys would be awesome. I mean, I personally would lean more towards NECA in most things, just simply because McFarlane has been dropping the ball with articulation. If it wasn't for that, McFarlane does certain things really well. Like, they do incredible work with the likenesses. It's the paint applications where it gets ruined almost with human faces. Like I said, they got they sent these Fortnite figures in. I still got to get time to review these. Well, they're not human faces and they look amazing. You know, the articulation is amazing, the quality's amazing. Even the figure itself, the plastic, it's nothing like they used in previous, you know, Stranger Things and Walking Dead, where it doesn't feel like this matte paint. I don't know, it's got this weird matte feel to it. This feels like a NECA toy. I mean, it's got articulation, it's got, the rubber is different and a little softer. And they look cool. I mean, given Carbide looks like a generic Iron Man, that's what he's supposed to look. And it looks ripped right out of the game in figure form. They look amazing. Ethy, if you're having OBS settings issues, then I know we had a lag issue when I first got on. I forget what it is. It was in one of the streams. I mentioned it. I went into one of the settings. I think you got to go into, there's two different settings. There's your main settings for everything overall, and then there's your individual settings for your capture, your webcam. You got to go into all your settings and make sure you have everything that is good quality, but not too high where your internet and shit can't, and your computer can't handle it. No, I didn't finish Resident Evil 2 with Leon. I would like to go back, but not anytime soon. I started it immediately after Claire, and then I talked about this before, is I don't want to. I don't care. I don't want to do it. Simply because it's the same environment, and things are just hidden in different areas. People told me over and over again it was an all-new location. I mean, straight up, it's an all-new game with Leon, but it's not. It's the same area, and they just move the shit around that you find. That's like saying, you could play this game twice, it's completely different. But then when you go to play it, it's like, the ammo box was in the house, but now it's in the barn. That doesn't make it a different game. So, after Resident Evil's a little older for me, I'll go back definitely and play it, and it'll feel a little more fresh. Playing them back to back for me, I didn't like it at all. It felt stale. It's like replaying the game just with a guy. No, you don't get a code for the skin. I think they should have let you get a code for the skin. That was a fail on Epic Games, not McFarlane. I think Epic should have did a code or some type of V-Bucks. Oh, yeah, if you're talking about Breaking Bad figures, AMC doesn't own the license to that. AMC owns The Walking Dead, but they don't own Breaking Bad, so it would have to be whoever owns that. I forget who it is. I don't know if it's Vince Gilligan. Is his name Gilligan or Gilliam? I don't know if it's Vince or his company or someone else, but... Into the Badlands is canceled, Ethy. Its last season is whatever's on, or whatever just aired. Well, the tricky thing with HBO, I got to remember how they worded it. And again, I believe it was before Game of Thrones, and I think Game of Thrones, correction, I strongly believe them making a mistake with Walking Dead. After that, HBO, I don't think they're dumb enough to make the same mistake again. Whoever was in charge, I'm almost positive they wanted I keep mixing it up. It's either the Walker gore toned down or the human violence toned down. But they 100% HBO wanted one of them toned down. I'm almost positive it was the Walker gore, which again, HBO, I feel like they learned from their mistake, but if HBO would have made Walking Dead back then, there's a good chance they would have fucked something up bad. Now, given they might have fucked up the first season, and then Frank Darabont would have been like, no, we need the gore, the fans are like, blah, blah, blah. And then they could have rebound and made something amazing after. We're not sure. But we know with Game of Thrones, they kept giving them leadway, do your own thing. HBO wanted more seasons, and D&D were like, nope, 7. And they said, okay. That's the shit I don't understand. Like, if HBO owns Game of Thrones, and apparently they do, if I tell the showrunner, yeah, do 10 seasons, whoop-de-whoop. I mean, the story's there. You're not milking it. And they're like, nah, we're going to do 7. You're fucking gone, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you. Or if they're like, you need 10 episodes each season, and they're like, nah, we'll just rush it and fucking whatever. Like, you're gone. I don't understand what's going on behind the scenes. And it clearly was a problem because fans are divided, and not in a good way. Not like, well, of course your favorite character died, so of course you're going to be all moody about it. No, the ending was fucking mixed for a reason. It was a mixed ending. Adventure Man, you just don't do it, brother. Do I think GOT can have a sequel in many years? I mean, yeah, they can do whatever they want if everyone's up for it. I don't ever believe them when they say, no, this is it. We know time and time from Hollywood they've come back and done more shit. All it takes is for you to not be hot anymore. It's fine when D&D are on fire right now and their career's on fire. It's fine when the actors are hot right now. But we see this shit all the time in Hollywood. When you're fucking the shit and you're snorting all the coke you can handle, you're fucking glorious. But the moment that shit dries up and your royalty checks don't cover the amount of coke you're putting up your nose or fucking Percocets you're popping, you're fucking right back on the fucking fan cock going away like there's no tomorrow. That's one thing that irritates me recently with HBO. Are there toxic fans and comments? Yeah, a majority of them are just trolls looking to shock. And there's nothing new there. You're never going to get away with it. You're never going to get rid of that. And it's not even like a real part of the fandom. People being trolls are just doing it so you react. So stop reacting. However, I find it fucking obnoxious when you get a new property or a new IP and they're all about servicing the fans. They're all about it, lubing up good, just fucking going to town. But the minute that gets successful and the minute that goes everyone's heads, then all of a sudden the fans who weren't happy with the product or aren't happy with the current product, all of a sudden they're bad and toxic and disrespectful and whoop-de-whoop. Well, I'm sorry, where was your fucking ass on day one where you wanted 2 seasons or 3 seasons or 4 seasons? You were sucking fans' cocks, you know what I'm saying? Just hoping for more time in the limelight. But once they got it, and it's, it switches in a way. Like, everyone in Hollywood needs to just realize, yeah, Aaron P., I'm nowhere near buzzed. I don't know why you get the idea I'm buzzed at all, but I drank 2 lagers and not even all the way. 2 Yinling beers and not even all the way. You're talking to not even close, bro. I'm actually in the negative. I'm more sober now than before the 2 beers. And that was 2 beers over the course of 2 hours. Yeah. Cax. Yeah. That's a funny way to say cocks, Aaron P. Sometimes I feel like you're either not with the program or fucking trolling. I'd imagine if D&D did Star Wars, this would be the interview Luke Skywalker kind of forgot about the Death Star. Yeah, right? How do you forget? And again, that is valid criticism. How do you forget your number 1 enemy? Cersei is not going to jump on a boat and go attack you. You have one enemy on the ocean, and that's the Iron Fleet. You have one. Fucking one. And she forgot? What? Yeah, well, the sad part about the cast and crew not taking criticism is the fans, most of them openly said everyone did amazing except for the writing. Even the bad stories, scenes, moments, everything was just fucking amazing. All the acting and the fucking set design and lighting and all this shit fans mostly loved. Music, it's all great. However, because they didn't like the writing and where the stories ended up with legitimate criticism, they're like, oh, boo-hoo-hoo. It's like, what? Kang Era Daryl said, petition was childish and stupid since the beginning. Actors didn't appreciate that. Who would after, to be honest? Well, here's where we get into a little bit of the... Here's where we get into the side dialogue that doesn't matter. The petition doesn't matter. They're openly talking about all fans that didn't enjoy the ending. Even if it was based and grounded in the petition and that was what was in the headlines, all fans are getting lumped into that. And that's not the case at all. I mean, you had 1 million people sign the petition. And again, for the majority of them, it's not at all, we want them to remake season 8. It's more of, yeah, we're going to support this to show we're not happy. That's it. And as far as a petition being childish, here's where I'll admit, and again, I don't mean to sound insulting, but yeah, it's a bit childish and naive. It's a bit foolish. This shit costs, and I said this in my petition video, it costs so much money to make it. Time, money, effort, yada, yada, yada. They're not just going to redo it, let alone the precedent that sets. And again, the guy who made the petition knew they're not going to remake it, even though he said it in a way where it's like, serious because it's out of anger, but in reality, when he thought about it, yeah, obviously they're not going to remake it. Most people who signed it knew they're not going to remake it. But again, it's more of a symbol for their displeasure. You know what I'm saying? If there's a handful out of that wanted them to actually remake it, well then yeah, you're just being naive and foolish. There's no way. It's not possible. Where's the Romero dead film reviews? I honestly haven't had a single person, I don't think, recommend it. That's probably why it's not on the channel. I shit you not. I'm struggling to remember any interest in anyone asking for a review of the Romero movies. With that being said, I've always been interested in covering it to some degree. I don't know if I just want to do review. Again, I don't want to be a review guy. That's not why I started YouTube. We got enough reviewers. So if I wanted to do a video about the Romero movies, I'd want to come at it from an angle that is not just a review. But then on the flip side, I would love to talk about them. I just don't know if I want to be a talking head review it. You know what I mean? Yeah, the petition should have been worded better, but the petition was only like 2 sentences. You know what I mean? So the dude clearly was just like a little shot of anger and that's it. I don't think he expected it to blow up. Yeah, Mr. Jim Van Kilmore, you can scratch, am I going to ever review the Romero movies? If you want me to review them because you think they're the best zombie films, you're going to hate me and my reviews. Because Romero and his zombie movies were a huge inspiration for me to create zombie content because I wanted to do it better than the shit crap that we got from him. You know? And I'm saying that in a playful way, just being like taking jabs. But that is the truth. I wanted to do zombie movies better than what we got because I love the concept, but I didn't like anything at all about the Romero movies other than zombies. The characters were probably the one things I found the most frustrating. Some of the dumbest zombie stuff was some of the stuff that I actually liked movie-wise. I think it's Land of the Dead, and it's the idea that the zombies remember now that there are people and they carry guns. Oh my god, that's so fucking ridiculous. But they carry guns now and they're pumping gas. For the time, yeah, I'm sure there was fans and people interested, and because it's different and it's, you know what I mean, it's evolving storytelling from the first one, but yeah, if I did a Romero review or video, it's going to be negative. It's going to be 80% negative, 20% positive. There's not much I enjoy except for the nostalgia from watching them back then, as all we had. As, you know, there's going to be the zombies and the zombie gore. I fucking love that's probably going to be in the high 20% of what I love about it. The characters and the story and what they do, it's probably going to be the majority of what I hate. I don't name a Romero character, name any of them, and then name 10 on The Walking Dead. You'll name 10 like this. Well, of course, you're probably going to Google a Romero character right now and be like, oh, look, here's 10 of them. But most zombie fans or anyone that consumes zombie content, unless you're someone who goes touring to the locations and you go all to the cons, if you're just asking a fan to name a character, they're going to have a hard time with it. Unless it's like fucking, you know, the three that are iconic by name, like that fucking zombie. Bub, is that his name? Yeah, but as far as better than anything, The Walking Dead, that's just objectively wrong. That's not even subjective at that point. What happened? The writers had an offer for something new, so rushed it. Yeah, apparently they went to do Star Wars. The petition should have been worded better, but to go back to that, the reason why the petition blew up was kind of how, you know, flippant it was worded. Again, it was more of a symbol for their anger. I'd be fine with Joel dying at the end, not the beginning. Oh, you can hide in the lab? Bro, I tried hiding in a lab and the zombies came into the lab and killed me. Best zombie movie is 28 Days Later. That's your favorite, you're saying? That's not my favorite. I'm just sharing that information, no. Ever see Dawn, 78? I've seen them all. I've seen all the Romero movies. We got Night of the Living Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Living Dead, Land of the Dead. There's all those other offshoot ones. The Night of the Living Dead remake, which is one I haven't seen in a long time. No, that's not Romero. They tried to play it off like that was Romero. I was going to say Return of the Living Dead, but that's not Romero. They had the rights to the title, but it had nothing to do with Romero. I heard The Confederate is canceled, James Robinson. I think in that interview, the HBO president said they canceled it. Yeah, I think Flyboy. Yeah, Mr. Jim Van Kilmore, there's no way you're going to convince me that you didn't just Google names for those characters. I've ran into, multitudes of zombie fans, and almost no one knows characters off. Again, maybe Flyboy. Flyboy's one of the easiest. And again, the Bub, the zombie, or whatever it was. But in person, I literally don't think I've ran into one zombie fan that actually knew a name. And I'm talking where it can't be set up. Like I mentioned, you can Google in 10 seconds and find all those names and just type them out. So, I mean, no offense. I just don't believe that. Again, unless you're like a massive fan that you said they're your favorite movies, so there's a chance you know it, yeah. But if you take the Walking Dead fans, the majority of them, and again, this isn't fair because it's a TV show and there's more going on, than the movies that you watch a few times and it's dated and old and whatever. But you take characters from other ones and you're gonna get fans knowing so many names, it's unreal. Again, it's a little unfair because it's a fucking show, it's longer, it's blah blah blah. But with those older movies, the characters just don't bring that oomph. They're lazily written. Bad guys are bad just to be bad. It's just bad. It's bad. Objectively, if you sit down, storytelling wise, the arcs are bland and superficial. The bad guys are bad just to be bad for the majority of it. There are some that I think have a certain charm. Like I said, Land of the Dead, in my opinion, for a zombie fan, for my tastes, I should say, it has one of the dumbest premises ever. Zombies remember what they did when they were humans. Fucking barf. However, I just find the people cares. Oh wait, you know what? I'm fucking it up. Land Before Time. It's Land Before Time. I'm sorry, I'm mixing up two of them. Rhodes. I think his name is Rhodes. He's in. Was it Dawn of the Dead? Is when they're in the bunker. Land Before Time is when they're in the motel, and they got like John Leguizamo. What's the guy's name? Hopper. I think Dennis Hopper is the main antagonist. There's elements of that I find charismatic, and then there's the I think it's Dawn of the Dead. Whatever one is underground, the bad guy in that I find charismatic in a cheesy back then type of way. I dug it a lot, especially the way he goes out where they tear his belly open. See, some of that shit is that iconic imagery, that nostalgia. That's the shit I loved. But there was so much in between getting to those points where I just found so frustrating. And they know it was broken. Look at Night of the Living Dead. Barbara is one of the worst characters put on screen. She goes through this shock moment. And come on, don't give me this fucking realism, she'd be shocked, blah, 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 bullshit. No, she got shocked and she was fucking comatose the whole goddamn movie. It's boring, it's dull, it's fucking frustrating. That should have been fixed. And guess what? 1990, they did the whole, feminist Barbara where she was the badass bitch. Which, if it was done today, it would be lambasted all over fucking the internet. Just because today is a little touch and go. But back then, it was a subversion of that trope. In the original, she was shocked and she was helpless and pointless for most of it, if not all of it. In the new one, in the remake to Night of the Living Dead in 1990, she got shocked, but then she jumped out of it and was a badass. You know what I mean? And again, it was a subversion of that remake, but also like the female character trope back then. It wasn't done that well, but yeah, Kang era Daryl, I don't know what you're talking about as far as the phasing makes more sense when you look at it like that. What do you mean the phasing? Oh yeah, that's funny. Sunshine Thor. That's fucking funny. I jumped into a dumpster once and the fucking zombies wouldn't leave. I had to jump back out and just try to hoof it. Yeah, it might be Day of the Dead. Fuck, you know what? I wasn't even thinking. See what I mean? Like, I'm just so flippant with the titles because I don't even give a fuck, to be honest. But as far as, like, you know, locking it down, Dawn of the Dead is in the fucking mall. Fucking duh. It is Day of the Dead is when they're underground, and then the Land of the Dead is when they're in that tower, the skyscraper. Yeah, see, even when I binge them all, I never, almost never think of what the titles are. It's just I usually have them all, and I'm like putting them in. Right now, I honestly don't think I have any of them except for Night of the Living Dead. There's a zombie that rides a horse. Which one is that? The Savini remake. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about with the Barbara, who's a badass Barbara. Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead has the charismatic villain. I just like his performance. I don't really have opinions on warm bodies. Mainly because I just simply hate the idea of zombies turning into humans. I just fucking despise it. And that's like a romantic comedy, so you know, you're not supposed to take it too serious, but even with The Walking Dead, I constantly see people saying The Walking Dead needs to find a cure and become about, you know, zombies getting turned back into humans. That'd be so emotional and so this, and this. And I'm sorry, but I'm so against that. Like, I hate that with a passion, to think that somebody with rotting body parts that's been eating rotting food, that organs are all just like decomposing, all that can just simply reverse, and then you're going to become like, you're this really nasty bicycle girl, your fucking guts are spilling out of your body, but you can reverse and heal up. That whole idea. And even if you say, well, only people who freshly turned can be reversed, even then it's kind of just like, I hate that idea so much. Yeah, in my opinion, once you're a fucking zombie, that's it. And again, that's one of the original titles, or one of the few working titles we had for Doomsday Kingdom, was Dead Inside. And the reason we didn't use that is because The Walking Dead used it so much with Don't Open Dead Inside. But the idea from that came from a line of dialogue, which was no matter what happens, because there's different stages. Stage 1, you still have a heartbeat. Stage 2, you're classic zombie. Well, with stage 1, there's characters talking, and the one explains like, no. When you get the virus, when it takes over, you're dead inside. Like, you're all dead. Brain, who you are, like, you're never gonna be the same. There's no cure for that. When you're gone, you're gone. Even if you're the stage 1 where your heart is still beating, you're dead inside. So one of the original working titles, I believe that's still the chapter name or arc name and issue name where they covered that. It's called Dead Inside. But again, the reason why I even had like a decal made of Dead Inside on my binder, but since The Walking Dead started using it for everything, I just said fuck it. Oh, Survival of the Dead was terrible. 2009 Romero. I think he just produced that though. And Diary of the Dead, that was fucking god awful. I couldn't stand any of those other ones that came after the fact. I couldn't fucking tolerate those. I think with Dawn of the Dead, that's the one with Flyboy, and Tom Savini comes in as with the biker gang. I think one of the main reasons, again, was the characters. I think the characters are so fucking dull and bland. I started liking the buddy cop one, the two SWAT officers, and But again, if a remake was done properly, I think there's a lot of potential. And that is, again, one of the main reasons why I started working on Doomsday Kingdom fucking 20 years ago when I was, you know, fucking 13 or so. I grew up watching the older zombie movies, but then it was the Resident Evil game, the very first Resident Evil game. That's when it was like, I want to write it. So then I went back and watched some stuff, and when I was watching the older stuff, that's when it hit me. Like, I was a concept fan with a lot of things. I'm a fan of a lot of those concepts, but in complete execution, it just didn't do it for me. And a lot, when I rewatch them, a lot relied on the characters or came down to the characters. The characters, I couldn't. The zombie stuff, I loved it all, especially when the one guy in Day of the Dead, the army guy, where they rip his body apart. And if you watch the behind the scenes, it's so fucking interesting. They put the pig guts, I think it was, actual pig guts, and they would store the pig guts in a freezer. This is how low budget it was. And they would use them for different scenes in different movies. I think they used the pig guts for different movies. They froze them or something. Well, they left where the pig guts were stored, and someone unplugged the freezer. So when they came back to get the pig guts, they couldn't they were now rotted. They couldn't re-buy pig guts, nor I don't think they have the money to buy pig guts. And this is the original Day of the Dead. And the fucking poor actor who got his body ripped open with the pig guts had to fucking sit there on the ground, take after take of them ripping these decrepit, decaying pig guts out. If you watch the behind the scenes, everyone's like yakking, everyone's like holding their breaths and then doing the scene, and then it's fucking awful. Oh my god. But they did it. I think they even like clogged his nose, or it was in the shot, so they had to take the clogs out of his nose. And I think he was fucking hurling or something. Yeah, I love, even though those aren't my favorite zombie shows and I grew up inspired to make zombie stuff better, I still thoroughly enjoy the behind the scenes stuff a lot. I wouldn't mind if they slowed down the process of someone turning into a zombie. Yeah, Shaun of the Dead is good. And again, it took me a little bit to get into comedy zombie. I always wanted it serious and dark. Now that I'm older now, I'm cool with watching Zombieland, Shaun of the Dead in a more comedic fashion. Yeah, that's why I paused, Aaron. I knew I fucked up my math there, but at the point, who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? It's a long time ago. It's 2 decades ago. 2 decades ago, roundabout. I give Romero credit for his version of zombies, but the further he went into his set of movies, the less interest I had in them. Well, see, that's one of the things that, like, I got heat for with Romero hardcore, because like he's the godfather of zombies, and I'm fine with accurate credit, you know. But when people say like he invented zombies and all this, what are you fucking talking about? Romero repeatedly and openly talks about taking the ideas from existing material. We've had zombies in fucking entertainment since the goddamn 40s and fucking 30s and shit. Now, could you say he's the father of, or the stepfather of the modern day zombie pop culture craze and shit? Fuck yeah, whatever you want to, like, whatever more accurate label. But I'm sorry, I just can't stand when fans who aren't aware of stuff talk like he invented zombies. Like, you give him a credit for giving that fucking radical boost, but don't come to me and tell me he invented fucking zombies, because we had zombies before that, you dumbass. You know what I mean? He openly talks about, I think it was White Zombie and two of his biggest inspirations. White Zombie and I Am Legend. Now, the original I Am Legend is vampires, right? But it's the zombie outbreak, the virus taking over people. No, there was something else. I think it was... No, I must be fucking it up. Whoever, either the I Am Legend or... whatever it is, it was this section of short stories that had some shit like that. If you go back and listen to some of the early documentaries and shit, he's talking about things that gave him inspiration to slap it together. Between the voodoo zombies that were prevalent in entertainment, I think that was the more common. But him doing like this modern, like zombie retelling, yeah, give him the accurate credit for that. Because he fucking did it. No one else did it. I'm sure people would eventually have done it, obviously. They were leaning towards that. But when I hear people say he invented zombies, I just roll my eyes. I'm like, zombies have been around way before him. You know? I don't know how Morgan and Dwight know each other. I didn't really pay attention. Oh, that actor died. Get out of here. I didn't know that. Yeah, I got it. I love chatting with you guys, especially about zombie shit. Like, I'm a zombie fan through and through. If I don't shut up, I'll talk for another hour. I gotta get off, but fuck yeah. Yeah, Dylan Scott, it's confirmed to be a new character for sure. But as far as echoing Rick's ideals, that would be great as long as he doesn't look... Because it wouldn't make sense for him to look identical to Rick, but with a tan. Because at this point, it's literally Rick with a tan. It's a combination of TV Rick and comic Rick with a tan. I just don't know why he looks identical. Well, yeah, Kang Araderoff. There's people who read the Game of Thrones books and they don't like the ending, and the same. I personally don't care. I don't read the books. You know, if they ever get the ending, you know what I mean? Because at this point in time, even I have my doubts. Yeah, I'm fine with saying like he reinvented it or reinvigorated it or anything like that. It's the ones who are like zombies never existed before George Romero. They're the ones, because they're always the most stubborn and hard-headed. Because a lot of things have inspiration pulled, and he openly says it and repeated. It's not like a secret. He talks about it in documentaries. But yeah, you can give an accurate appraisal. I do, and I still criticize his zombie movies heavily, even though I understand like his inspiration's different. I know a lot of people got inspired. They loved his movies, so they wanted to create stuff like what they loved. I loved the concept, the zombies, but hated the characters, therefore did not really enjoy the story and the movies overall. Well, I mean, that's kind of not true, though, because I still enjoy them. I just kind of patiently sit through the heavy chunks that I hate. You know what I mean? But I enjoy that 30% that I like from it. You know, but I was inspired because I wanted to make what I liked, that little bit, that 30% of what I liked, I wanted to make it 100% of what I liked. You get what I mean? That's how I was inspired. Couldn't Kapoor be like Mercer, other name? Well, we got a couple problems with that. One, Mercer has a shaved head, completely bald. He's got a fucking mohawk. So it would have to be a time skip. Two, he doesn't look anything like Mercer at all. If you take Mercer and him side by side, he looks nothing like him. If you're saying in the issue it will be Mercer dressed like that, and the cover is symbolic, okay, maybe that will work. However, they confirmed he's a new character. Mercer's not a new character. So if they come out and say he's a new character, and then they say, no, this is Mercer Kapoor, and spin it, then it's going to kind of look like, what? You know? I think one of the, and again, here's the tricky thing with Kirkman and The Walking Dead. Not always, but the more I looked into old interviews of Robert Kirkman and The Walking Dead, and I mean old interviews where The Walking Dead comic is only like 4 or 5 years old, and there's no, like, people aren't following him around. The Walking Dead show is nowhere near being made. And you hear him talk about how it was created. It makes you nervous that, man, he's been doing this comic for over a decade, and this is a comic who he originally put zero thought into. And that's, I mean, if that's wrong, then okay. But if you look at his original draft, he didn't even care to come up with a title. He was going to call it Night of the Living Dead just because that was in public domain. He was going to use someone else's title. And on top of that, it was just Rick and Lori, whose name Carol, her name was Carol in the original draft. They were just sitting on the couch watching TV, and then a zombie came busting in the door. And that was it. That was the proposal. Even before that, he had one called Dead Planet, where I guess they were colonizing Mars. I don't know. I tried reading it, and it was like really weird. But he said he was a zombie fan, and he stayed up with the artist, Tony Moore, the original artist, watching zombie movies and stuff because they were in high school together. So, you know, if you dig those movies, you're kind of a zombie fan, but no, he would have to, I would imagine he would have to be like just a legit regular ass zombie fan. But did he mean and know and expect to do this zombie comic for fucking 20 years? No. But I mean, when it blows up and it defines you as a creator, I mean, you gotta run with that, you know, right? So I think I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with him going in not expecting this to be like the thing, you know, because I go into Doomsday Kingdom, I feel as humbly as I can, where I feel like it'll be my luck. It'll be the next thing that blows up, and Doomsday Kingdom will be like a stepping stool. But there's a part of me that loves the story with an absolute passion, where I want Doomsday Kingdom. At the very least, all I'm asking for is that it continually releases in comic shops, and maybe we go to some conventions and we do it once a month until the story is done and told. I'm not looking for a movie deal, TV deal. I strongly feel just if we make enough off it to live to do it, but not like paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean? Not like building up debt, racking up debt. I'd be happy with just that, you know? Yeah, cheers, sunshine. I gotta shut her down too. I love chatting with you guys, but I gotta get her shut down. King Era Daryl said I would have liked a lead male Asian character. Well, why? Just out of curiosity, why? Why would you love that? I mean, you can go watch I Am Hero. I think that was good, you know. I remember enjoying that a lot. It wasn't mind-blowing. There was a couple decisions that annoyed me, but if you're a zombie fan, it's definitely worth a watch. I Am Hero. He's an Asian. He's lead. You know, he's a lead Asian. You got what you want right there. Go watch it. Well, again, Dylan Scott, if the cover is just symbolism, I'm fine with that, you know? But my point is, I want it explained when it comes out. Like, if it comes out and, yeah, this character looks different and it's just symbolism, I'd be cool with that. You know? I think I even said that in the reveal. I don't know if Kirkman read Doom's or Game of Thrones. I don't know, so I have no idea. Oh, you liked Glenn, so that's why? I'm from Pennsylvania. I Am Hero is not a show. It's just a movie. It's one movie. Wait, it might be a fucking show. I don't remember it being that long. Whatever. Fucking. I think you're thinking of something different. No, Hayden Panettiere is not in it. You're thinking of something fucking different. This is an all Asian cast. It's an Asian production. It's I Am Hero or I Hero, something like that. You're trying to get platinum, Isaiah? It's not too hard. They got a platinum list in there. Just go for it. I did it on the normal setting rather easily, I felt. Takes time, but yeah, Kang Aradero. I don't have money to go to conventions. I straight up don't. I mean, listen, you know, I fucked shit up. I went to prison, came out, had a kid, fucking went straight to raising my kid on my own. Fucked my whole life up. Started YouTube. It caught on. I'm bouncing back and forth between going, whatchamacallit, do I go full time or do I drop it and then work full time and do YouTube whenever I can? I don't know what to tell you. I made a lot of fucking really stupid choices, so I've been living paycheck to paycheck since Juliet was born. I don't know what to tell you. There's no way I'm going to conventions. I mean, we're barely hanging on, and we're selling good, but the comic, you don't make any money. We pay cover price just to have it printed. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's no way we can do conventions. It's just not feasible. Not even if it was local. But I mean, we're working. Once the first volume comes out, we're gonna start restructuring things and promoting it hard. And if it catches, it catches. If not, you know, make some changes. But yeah, I gotta go to bed though. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll see you probably sometime this week. Tomorrow, I'm gonna spend time with some family though. So I will likely see you guys back on Tuesday with some uploads. That sounds good to me. Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Jim Van Kilgore. Is that right? I appreciate that. Dylan Scott. I don't know what Sebastian's gonna do, but he's gotta. To be honest, I don't care. I hate the idea. I don't care. I hate the idea so much. I don't care what Sebastian does, but it better do something for the story. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you Tuesday.